A very warm welcome to Unter der Kastanie. A former guest of ours, Iryna, told us not to talk about refugees, but to talk with them. And this is why we invited Irina over, a lady from Ukraine. She went to Rotaract when she was 16 and she
had no idea what Rotaract means and what is in general. I just wanted to do something good in the world, and somehow I was one of the people who created the Rotaract Club.
Irina thought that being Rotary and Rotaractor would be about friendship and common interests only.
But it's not like that. I mean, when something is really happening, it's much bigger, just friends, team. It's much bigger.
But then the war started, unfortunately. Not unexpected.
But we didn't know that it will start from all of the sides. So we didn't know that it will immediately be in capital, for example.
For Irina, it was 5 o'clock in the morning when she got the news that the war finally started. She already prepared a small bag full of the necessary things she needs to take with her. Because she did not know, will she flee by foot or will she go by car? Already before, she talked to her sister to take her with her. This morning, her sister said to her,
"You know, if you wouldn't say me to take you, I wouldn't even call you." I said, "What do you mean you wouldn't call me? I'm your sister, you cannot just not call you." Yeah, but she said, "You have so many friends. I will be just sure that you will figure out something."
So on one hand, it is nice that everybody knows you're safe, but
on other side, please, everyone, if you will decide that I'm all right, just check it.
They traveled without any electronic device. They used maps for it, and they managed to travel around all the difficult areas. Sometimes even the traffic jams have been so long that people went home back because they gave up. But finally, they made it over the border.
And it was a moment when I spoke with my mom. My sister didn't hear it. And she said to me such a sentence. After that, I wanted to cry, but I couldn't show it to my sister. And she said to me, "You know, right now I can be sure that everything will be good. Because if you would be in Ukraine, I would be worried for you and for your sister. But right now you're out of Ukraine. And it doesn't matter what will happen, you will take care of yourself and of your sister."
And somewhere on this journey, while organizing accommodations for others, she managed to start something big by a single message only.
Somehow, I think the first person who wrote me, it was an Indian guy. And he just wrote what we can do. And I have no idea. I just have accommodation project. That's it. That's only my idea.
She did not expect the answer that followed.
Let's do the same what we made for Beirut. I said okay, what?
The unexpected happened. Rotaractors from all over came in, jumped in and helped to organize the accommodation project, finding hosts for refugees. And Irina was a little bit afraid that she would make all this workload while traveling. But there was a message from India coming in that helped her a lot.
He said, you have to do nothing. I will do everything for you.
What they didn't know at this time is that the Rotary Club Berlin, Platz, Republik already organized a similar project due to her message.
And then it was one moment when somehow German team appears.
The German team, indeed, this was us. We didn't know at this time, and we helped to grow this project even bigger.
They were going forward so fast, in creating this platform, combining all of these Google Forms. So I was really happy that they moved it so fast. And I was also happy that they have been working together, Rotary and Rotaract.
We soon saw that the task for finding refugees is not easy at all.
Yeah, anyway, we had all the time to ask if someone is ready to take only women or also men, or with children or without, with pets or without.
It was a massive workload, but finally we managed to find around 3,000 accommodations.
You know, when you are in the war and you have to do something, there is no difficult or easy stuff.
As Irina experienced all by herself, she was able to find out what matters most.
Even first night by this Rotaractor, in the morning when we woke up, I already saw in the kitchen 2 Rotarians who just came to the flat, to that house to meet me and just to ask like, how are you? Maybe you need help, etc. Like, it was really great feeling when you're just crossing the border and you have accommodation, food, benzene.
Meanwhile, back in Ukraine, people were fighting to survive. Food was missing, of course. Everybody shared, even her father, who had a store for cookies.
So he was just taking that food that he had and he was bringing to the villages and just giving it. Because it was totally no other possibility, like people didn't have food. And of course it's better to eat at least cookies instead of to eat nothing.
And her family, how are they doing meanwhile?
So of course can be better, but all the time can be better.
At the moment, the most important thing is that they have
wood. Right now they're spending all the days only to find that wood because they have no idea how the winter will be.
Winter is of course a big concern at the moment, but
we hope that everything will be finished, but even everything will be finished, it means that they still don't have houses. And yeah, so if someone will have a great idea to tell us what should we do, then we are welcome.
But does somebody like Irina think of going back to Ukraine soon?
I just know that if I will come back, of course, like I can show that I'm patriotic girl and just go back to Ukraine, that show that I'm strong, but there is no sense. I'm much more helpful here because here I have support of huge team of the whole world. Here I have possibility to not sit in the basement. I can just walk and I can find much more help and support being here, because if I would stay just there in Ukraine, I wouldn't do it. I would probably really really big part of my team stayed in Ukraine, and couple of months they were just trying to survive.
Irina is traveling a lot at the moment, and so I asked her if this feels like in former times when she traveled a lot. But she told me this is different, as
you know that any moment you can come back. During the war, you don't know if you can come back. So it's that feeling that you have no idea what will be in the evening or tomorrow, but the only one stuff that you know you cannot go back. So, like, it's just impossible.
And even visiting Rotary events is different because
we of course want to listen to hear something interesting during conference, but 99% of people are going because of parties.
Got you, same here.
And my gala dinner, we're just going from the table to the table and just speaking with Rotaractors who wanted to help Ukraine and who wanted to make cool projects.
In the past, sometimes I heard people complaining about first-class refugees, but you need to see that those people
are going out from Ukraine not because they don't have money, because they are poor. They are going because there is a war.
All they do is they hope
to get the same life that they had there in Ukraine. So that's why a lot of Ukrainians, of course, went out with the good cars, because they had the good cars, and it will be stupid for them to leave this car there and just go here to show that they are refugees.
During her traveling through Europe, she was asked regularly,
"Are you a refugee?" And even I had that thought that refugee has to look different. And first 2 months when I had been traveling really a lot and all the time was the same story, I was really already tired of that, and they have been asking me, "Are you a refugee?" So I have been answering, if you are naming us like that, then yes.
There is nothing wrong about this word, but during the past we developed a picture for it.
Inside of me, I understood that a lot of people think refugee is this awful picture, and I felt myself like when someone has been telling to me, "You're a refugee," I felt so awful.
There are a lot of people outside there who feel awful because of suffering from diseases, hunger and more.
But when we are dying because of other people, it's the worst what can be.
You do not have to spend money or supplies or offer your home if you can't. Simply talk to the people, play with the children from Ukraine, because
the most important is not to forget.
Said that, there's only one more thing to add for Irina.
I can just say that thank you a lot for support, and like really feel it and see it, and the only one ask that I have as Rotaractor of Ukraine is please support us in the future too. So for us, it's really important to feel that you are still with us, and you will never leave us alone, that you'll be all the time nearby. And thank you.